welcome back to BMW Fanatic. In this video I'm going to show you the detailed video on how to clean and detail your BMW engine bay. Now, a lot of speculation as far as some people are afraid to clean a BMW engine bay based on electronics and anything else like that. There is a little bit of method of the madness. You can't go too crazy when you're spraying water and cleaning. You have to have the right process as far as how much and where and all that kind of stuff. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact method that I've been using for 5 years now on making sure my 156,000 mile BMW engine bay stays really clean. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, we're going to remove the snorkel here because it's just going to gain more room where the belt area is in the front of the engine. So just going to quick T20. Now, if you have the dual cone intakes, you're going to need to cover them up so they do not get wet. What I just use is just, take your normal grocery bag. I just do 2 bags for each one. It's just that double layer of protection, and that way you can get it fully tightened. Go like that. I'm going to get the next one. So some quick little things I'm going to be using. I'm using this detail brush kit that of course it has all your different sizes, so that way you can get down in the corners and the small spaces. More so a bigger brush, that obviously larger areas. If you need a little bit more power, I guess to say, as far as scrubbing wise, it came with this same one in this same kit, so I'm going this route for maybe some of my stubborn oil areas in the front, so that'll be working good there. Of course, I'm using Adams Polish's Eco All-Purpose Cleaner, so this is going to be good to get all that grime and oil off, and then to detail it all off and have that nice shine with not a greasy finish. In and out spray. I've been using this for quite some time now, for almost a year now. Works great as far as to keep my engine looking perfectly detailed time after time. Even though it's an aerosol can, it does last for quite some time. So good stuff there. So let's go ahead and we'll go and start spraying it down, get my hose out, and get this all cleaned up. After you get the DCI covered with bags, if you have that on your N54, you want to also cover the alternator. We don't want to get that wet. So what I just use some aluminum foil. That way I can mold it around there and have this more so shield, so that way if water hits it, it will drain off. I'm not going to directly spray that because I don't really need to, but I do need to spray kind of around it. So we'll just do that so we can block off any water. Now here's the thing, so when you're spraying down this engine bay, now when we get to the water piece of things, you do not need to spray any kind of water up on the cowl, right? You don't want to do that because water can get up down through there and then down where your blower is and everything else like that. You don't want to get that area more so wet through there. That's the whole point of the cowl. Water goes off your overflow areas for your left and right. Coming in the engine bay itself, I'm not spraying any of this down right here. The covers that has your injectors, your coils, your plugs, all that kind of stuff. More so the electrical down through the piece here. I don't need to do that because obviously water will get through there and we don't need that wet. So what we will do as far as washing goes, so we'll spray down all this over here. See all this, have all this kind of hard to reach dirt down through here, down in the front, definitely on the front, around the drive belt, around the sides, up on the sides, and then I'll get a little bit of the manifold, but it won't be too much. Now we're going to take our all-purpose cleaner and start spraying down the areas that we want it to sit, and then we'll get a brush and start cleaning those areas out with that.
Now the BMW N54 has a sealed DME, which is on the left hand side. If you have a N55, the DME is right under the intake manifold. Please take precautionary efforts to make sure that doesn't get wet. Here I'm just taking my detail brush and moving around the engine bay. This will start agitating all the dirt so that way it can break it up, and then it'll run right off when I get the hose out. Move all the way around using the big brush and some of the little brush, and just keep working over and over on the surface. Here I'm getting out the larger brush so that way I can get more of that heavy old residual oil that I had on the front where the dry belt is, along around the oil cooler, oil filter housing, any major spots that I could see that I just need that extra power as far as the brush goes.
Another good time to take your small detail brush and just kind of hit in the different areas, nooks and crannies, obviously where that big brush can't get, especially down here. Around the coolant reservoir. Alright, now let's wash it off. We're going to take the shower option.
When you're cleaning your BMW engine bay, you know, if everything's already blocked off, you might as well just hit it again. You're going to miss some stuff. So here I'm just spraying it down with all-purpose cleaner again. I'm going to get the brushes back out and just keep running through it, and then I'll rinse it off.
All right, since we already sprayed it again, scrubbed it down again, second time, I'll spray it off here now. Now it's drying time.
Take some clean microfiber towels and just start working around and drying anything off. You're also kind of cleaning it in a way because you'll have some stuck oil and dirt that technically is not going to come off with a brush, but it's going to come off when you're taking your microfiber. Here I'm hitting around the oil filter housings. There's a lot of nooks and crannies, that way you can get that stuff out. But you know, you're also cleaning it in a way when you're drying it off.
Without any detailing product as far as to get any kind of shine, it's looking really good. I mean, you can get that nice plastic feel. Like you can tell that it's just like clean. There's like no oil on there. Coming around, it's all looking good. I got a few spots I gotta still kind of dry off, but I'm doing that now. And then I'm just letting the sun come up and then get a lot of these spots dry before I start removing a lot of this stuff. Other than that, we're moving right along. Now we can go ahead and take off our plastic bag and the cover as far as the alternator goes. Get away from that. Start to throw some water in there. Now it's also good to wipe down the bag because you're going to have some water that's trapped in there. Just wiping it down, wiping it around, and that way when I pull it off, that out of the way, you'll have a little bit of water. Okay. Now for up here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the all-purpose cleaner again. Spray it on the rag, just a little bit, I don't need a lot. And then that way I'll get the top area right there. Perfect time as well to get into any nooks and crannies like around the oil filter housing, since that's always has any kind of residual oil if you had a leak in the past like I have. So a lot of cleaning in hard to reach spots definitely can get a little difficult, but you know, taking the cloth, now it's really time for the shine. So I'm using In and Out spray from Adams Polishes. It is a aerosol can, but it will leave it that nice shine, but not too greasy kind of thing. So it's perfect. I've been using this for a year now. It's definitely my go-to as far as engine detailing to make it look like it's brand new. Now you're gonna wanna hit all the hoses, anything plastic, even anything metal, just to have that nice shine on, and then we'll wipe off any excess on it. Hit this front area. Of course, all the plastic, rubber.
Once you're done with this, you're going to want to make sure to catch any overspray on your fenders. Use some detail spray to get all that off, or even on the windshield. You may have some, but I didn't have any when I looked, but it's just something as far as to put it out there as far as an FYI goes.
It does do a really good job of not making it blotchy. It's like real evenly spray, and you just take your microfiber and just, you know, smooth it down a little bit. But other than that, I mean, it has good control. So after you spray a little bit on the top here, and of course smooth it out. So you're basically wanting to get anywhere where there's plastic. So of course there's a lot of plastic down here, all the way around, you know, the fenders. It's just like random spots where you might not really look at in a way. Of course, got the charge pipe, CPE charge pipe all cleaned up, forged diverter valves, got those. Manifolds all cleaned out. Some of these are like really hard to reach areas. They'll look all uniform. All right, now the snorkel's ready. I'll place this back in. Now that's on, I'm gonna hit it one more time as far as on the snorkel part. Alright guys, there you have it today, how to properly clean and detail your BMW engine bay. Following these methods will ensure that you don't have any excess water go in the spots that you do not want to have it. So take your time, let it dry fully out, so that sun helps to get any of that excess water, to dry out fully. Use plenty of detail rags, anything else that you can do like that. I also recommend just letting it sit for a little bit as it fully dries out, because you're gonna have water that's down your drive belt. Make sure that's fully dry before you start it up or even drive it off. Other than that, it's a very simple process to try to do this. All products that I use in this video will be down in my description box below, so you guys can check those out. And as always, thanks for stopping in. So please be sure to subscribe, like this video, and then comment below. Take care.